Hey everyone, welcome back to Simplified Reads, where we break down the books you're curious about in a way that's easy to digest, but still gives you all the juicy details. Tonight we're stepping into the shadows with 10 recent horror books that are perfect for reading when you're home alone. Each one hits different fears, tones, and themes, and by the end, you'll know exactly which one fits your mood. Ready to find your next nightmare? Let's get started. We open with A House with Good Bones by Kingfisher, published in 2023. In this Southern Gothic tale, family heritage isn't just history, it's a living, creeping presence. The type of horror blends supernatural and psychological tension. The tone starts gentle and then steadily builds, eerie rather than gory. It's written in accessible prose laced with dark humor, and the small southern house becomes almost a character itself. Themes of generational secrets and the past hold over the present make it a great pick for subtle chills and family-based horror. Then there's A Haunting on the Hill by Elizabeth Hand from 2023. A playwright rents a legendary house to work and instead finds something ancient waiting. This is a classic ghost story with a slow, creeping burn, ideal for readers who prefer suspense to jump scares. The narrative is traditional and richly descriptive. The setting is a house you think you know but freshly dangerous, and themes of artistic obsession, isolation, and the porous line between creativity and madness seep through every chapter. If you're curled up late at night and want to feel a presence just beyond the edge of the page, this one's for you. Next comes The Night House by Joe Nesbo, also 2023, where a boy loses his parents in a fire and watches the world tilt. This is unreliable narrator's psychological horror, darker and more intense, blurring what's real and imagined. The style is propulsive but layered. The town setting slowly becomes claustrophobic, and themes of grief, trauma, and monsters that may or may not be external run throughout. It's perfect if you want your mind twisted while you read. For pulse-pounding thrills, we have Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones from 2023. This is slasher-style horror full of visceral energy. High intensity, bloody, and fast-paced. It's a full-length novel with chapters that keep you turning pages. The snowbound environment amplifies isolation and danger. Themes of survival, identity, and the question of who the real monster is play out with clever twists. If you're reading alone and want adrenaline, not just atmosphere, this is the one. We also have The Reformatory by Tananarive Due, published in 2023, where horror and history collide inside a Jim Crow-era reform school that's terrifying even before the ghosts appear. This is historical supernatural horror with a heavy, morally intense tone. Immersive prose makes the setting real, and systemic injustice, suffering, and the way the dead linger give it depth as well as dread. It's ideal if you're ready for a serious, thought-provoking read that still chills. Another title is All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby from 2023. This one straddles thriller and horror by focusing on a serial killer in a southern town. It's a human monster story, tense and gritty rather than supernatural, with crime thriller pacing and a horror undercurrent. Race, justice, and evil wearing a human face are at the heart of this one, and it's best for readers who like their horror rooted in real-world danger. If you prefer variety, check out You Glow in the Dark by Liliana Kalanzi, published in 2024, a short story collection of spirits, cults, and surreal horror. Because it's bite-sized, you can sample different moods quickly. The tone changes from story to story, but always stays strange and unsettling. Settings range from rural to urban to cosmic. Themes explore rituals and the uncanny, and the literary yet accessible style makes it perfect for tasting a variety of fears in one sitting. We also dive into psychological horror with The Violence by Delilah S. Dawson from 2022. A mysterious plague, domestic terror, and identity crises combine in a big, immersive novel more about tension than gore. A near-future world collapsing under disease frames themes of identity, abuse, and transformation. It's good for when you want a long, gripping, emotionally intense read. Returning to Gothic roots, The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon, published in 2022, tells a story about family secrets and monsters lurking in childhood memories. It's a slow build with bursts of dread, straightforward but twisty, and set in New England and its surrounding wilderness. Memory, childhood, and what we hide from ourselves form the core themes. If you're in the mood for a classic Something's Wrong Here story, this hits the spot. And finally, for readers who like it weird, there's The Pallbearers Club by Paul Tremblay from 2022, a vampiric, psychological, metafictional tale told in a fragmented, experimental style. It's creeping dread rather than gore, set in small-town clubs, basements, and memories, and it plays with friendship, obsession, and how we remember. It's perfect for late-night reading when you want to feel off-kilter. And that's our tour through 10 recent horror books, using our full checklist to show what kind of scare you're really getting. Whether you want a Southern Gothic slow burn, a bloody slasher, or a surreal short story jolt, these titles have you covered. Thanks for watching Simplified Reads, where every book is broken down so you know exactly what you're diving into. Which one will you dare to pick up when you're home alone? Let us know in the comments. And as always, keep the lights on or don't.